Get ready to go kayak fishing today. I'm kind of out here rigging up. I'm gonna share a little tip with you, just so the people actually believe that I'm going kayak fishing. Because I know everybody's like, we don't want to see you. You don't even kayak fish. You don't relate to us. Show them my kayak. I got the boat too though. I do got my big boat. But we're gonna take the big boat. We're gonna take the kayak boat and the big boat to where we're gonna use the kayak boat. Because I'm not paddling her all across this lake when I got a boat with a motor. That don't make sense to me. Anyway, let's get into the tip of the video. The tip. I gotta admit, this is not my tip. I got this from somebody else, and I hope they don't mind me sharing it with you. But pegging a sinker when you're flipping and pitching, I hate when you flipping there and then the sinker separates and then your bait don't get down to where you're trying to flip your bait, and you say a few bad words when it's slipping up and down your line like that. Typically what we use is a bobber stop, right? These little guys. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. A little pegget, you put it on top, it stays on top of the line, you put that on your line, and it holds your sinker from going up and down, right? And then you have the old school, which everybody's gotten away from, the old school T-stops, like this right here. That's what we always had back then. If you're real old, you used to peg your sinker with a toothpick back in the day. And then we got these rubber T-stops because they were easier on your line. So it's probably more common to use the bobber stops. And what I've found out through another buddy, all right, is that the T-stop, older, is actually better in certain ways in certain situations. Probably most situations. I've got to where I mostly use a T-stop now. And the reason is, when you put a bobber stop, basically, I probably should rig one up. Let's just rig one up so I can show you how the bobber stop works. I got a little cutter here on my pants. Let me show you. So you take the bobber stop, put that on your, what you do, you see there's a little hole. And you got a little hole here. What you do is, you put your line through that hole. You're gonna run that bobber stop. Uh-oh, am I getting old? I can't see. You rig your line through that hole just like that. And you just take your bobber stop and pull it over the line, just like that. Then you tie your hook up to it. Might not have anything to cut this off with. And then you would tie your hook up to it. Actually, I don't need that. I don't need a hook for this. Then you would rig your slip sinker, tungsten, your weight, your bullet sinker, whatever you like to call it. Then you rig it on there, and wherever you put that stop is where your sinker's gonna stop, right? See, it won't go any further. All right, that's all fine and dandy, and this works okay with lighter sinkers like what this is. This is a 3/16. I would say this technique is okay for everything up to a 1/2 ounce. Here's the problem with it. What happens is when you go to set the hook up, you reel down on old Moby Dick, you go to set the hook, pow! What happens is, you ever notice with a bobber stop that the weight will sling up the line like that, all right? It'll sling up the line, and then what happens is now you got your weight going up and down your line as you're fighting the fish. And especially with a heavy weight, an ounce and a half, 2 ounce weight, what happened is you just made the perfect hook removal tool. Well, that big old line slipping, the big old weight slipping up and down your line. Think about it. It makes so much sense. What is a plug knocker? Plug knocker is like a 2 ounce weight that you clip on your line and you run it down and it knocks the hooks out of whatever wood that it's stuck in. That's basically what you made when you have like an ounce and a half, 2 ounce weight. When that sinker is slipping up and down the line, you set the hook on him, it slides all the way back up, and the fish jumps and he thrashes around. Here comes that big 2 ounce sinker going back down towards your hook. Pow! Knocks the hook out of his mouth. The beauty of using a T-stop, this guy right here, the old school one that started it all, I first loved. You just stick your pegget, your slip sinker, your bobber stop, you slide it down in the hole of your sinker, right? And then you cut this guy off. Just cut him off with my little line cutter's tool on my pants. I don't think y'all probably didn't want to film me. There's a little button on my pants that will cut just about anything. And you cut that off, because now what happens when you set the hook, you got your bobber stop on there. With a pair of scissors, I would cut that a lot closer, okay? What happens is you set the hook, sinker goes all the way down the line, but look, it won't move around. And so you don't have a hook removal tool. It stays in place the whole time you're fighting the fish. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. See what I mean? Now it's not a hook removal tool. That's why it's better to use a T-stop over a bobber stop.